Thank you so much. Good evening. We're so pleased to be here, and we're so happy that all of you can come out and join us on this beautiful Wednesday evening. I have a few people that I'd like to thank and acknowledge, and then Robert and I are going to say a few words just about ourselves in introduction to this film.
And who are you?
I'm Karen Storwick, and I'm the producer of this film, and this is Robert Curtin. I forgot that part. Robert and I actually like to say about each other, I am a military historian turned filmmaker, and Robert is
a filmmaker turned historian.
we teamed up, and mostly because of our passion to promote Canadian military history to Canadians, and the passion burns bright. We hope that you join us afterwards for the Q&A. The Q&A is a registered event, and so if you didn't register for the event, it is sold out. It's across the street. But we'll tell you a lot more about us and about the process of the film at that point. But before that, I would like to thank the commissionaires, both the Ottawa division and the national division, for sponsoring this event, both in the theater and the after party for the Q&A. So the commissionaires have taken care of this whole event, and we're so grateful. Incredible support from both of these offices. And Representative Janice Voth is going to come up and say a few words here.
My name is Janice Voth, and I've been working in Commissioner Ottawa headquarters for the last 17 years. I didn't serve in Afghanistan, but actually I have a story that relates to this very much. 50 years ago this month, I graduated from basic training in Cornwallis, Nova Scotia. And while I was there, I made a friend. You know, sometimes you just meet somebody and you end up being friends for the rest of your life. And my friend was Tim Power. And we had very different lives and very different careers. I was a finance clerk, he was in the infantry. We would see each other once in a blue moon, write letters. I was in Comox when they went to Cyprus for peacekeeping. I was in Esquimalt, and then I was with CCUN 2 in Ismailia, Egypt. He was all over the place. Wainwright, Edmonton, Bosnia, Somalia, Germany. We did meet one time in Germany when I was passing through, and I saw him again. But then we lost track. I got out of the forces and ended up living and working in Australia and England and Israel and many different places. But in April of 2002, I was serving with a small Christian ministry in a remote town in the Himalayan mountains in the far north of India, and I got a phone call from Tim Power on a satellite phone from Afghanistan. He had phoned my folks, we were both from St. Catharines, because he just needed to talk to a friend, because something so very horrible had happened. In April of 2002, when the soldiers were having a night fire exercise, an American fighter jet just took them for the enemy and bombed them, and 4 soldiers were killed and 8 were injured. That was just such a traumatic situation for anyone that was there, and I was glad I could be a friend, at least to talk. A few years later, when I was working in Bangkok and I was planning to come back to Canada, I was thinking, oh, with all these odd experiences, I've lived overseas more than 20 years, where can I get a job? And he suggested, well, you're a veteran, commissionaires. And that was a suggestion, and I've been there for 17 years since. In that time, in 2007, the war was still very much going on, and I remember often driving home past the old NDHQ on Colonel By and I look up and see, oh no, the flag is up half-mast again. Or I go on Remembrance Day parade, and aside from the moment of silence and the artillery booming, often one of the most moving moments that really got to me was when they would honor the Silver Cross moms. You know, there aren't enough Remembrance Days to honor all of the Silver Cross moms. But when I knew I was going to speak at this, I messaged Tim. He's retired and living in Germany now, and he said, actually, for some people, every day is Remembrance Day. For us, though, we're going to see this powerful and poignant film, but I think there's something much more that I want to say. Also, as a Canadian, as a veteran, and as a commissionaire, is that the Canadian Armed Forces is an honorable profession. An honorable. We support our troops. Thank you very much.